Hello, and thanks for joining us, folks, for this midweek NBA action on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. David Aldridge will be reporting from the sidelines. And a whole season still ahead of us, but it's well worth seeing how the updated power rankings shake out. You see an uptick here, but still in the bottom half of the league.
Well, right now, for this home ball club, they're just so locked in right now. It doesn't matter who they're playing. I know it's still early in the season, but they may turn out to be the team to beat.
And a look at the starters for the Hornets. We've got Bridges. Washington out there with Marvin Bagley. Then there's Monk, and it's Graham in at the point. They've got the Quick. Buckets is out there with Big Daddy. Then it's P, and it's Boss in at the shooting guard. Looking at the long season ahead, Brent, as a veteran player, what are some of the habits that keep your body going strong, staying healthy?
Teams have really gotten hip to the idea that we need to rest our star players as much as possible. So efficiency with the work that they do, I think, is the most important thing. Star guys who get into practice and they're on the court for 50 minutes to an hour every day so that there's a rhythm that they can keep and the teammates can keep up along with them on the floor. That's what it's about for those guys. Maintenance, maintenance, maintenance.
And I'll bet that's what they talked about before the game, getting the ball inside early.
Graham with the ball. And there's the whistle. That goes on the Quick. That's his first foul.
Kind of a ticky-tack foul there, but you have to be aware that's how the refs are going to blow the whistle tonight.
On defense, the home team. Here's Washington. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Clippers in Los Angeles.
Yeah, but there's always this point, Kevin, you got to look at where did he also impact the game. It was on the rebounding end of the floor. A tremendous performance there. Just a much smaller defender on him. He does the exact thing at the right moment, goes straight to the rim.
Out to the wing. Here's Boss. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
And here is Graham. 17 points for him last game against the Clippers. And there's the whistle. That goes on the Quick. That'll be his second foul of the game. Black Holes checked in for the Quick. Home team on D. Washington passes to Bridges. Graham kicks to Monk. 6 to shoot. From deep, it's tipped.
They're 1 of 4 here to start, looking to get into a flow offensively. Straight power, homie. I mean, he ripped it down with both hands.
Absolutely a resounding dunk. Now Graham. Passes it to Bridges. Drops in the layup for 2.
Not only a jump shooter, Bridges also dependable at knowing how to get it done inside.
Here's Flores. Bangs home the trifecta.
Now their offense is rolling. A perfect start. 4 of 4 so far.
Graham with the ball. Now the pass to Bridges. Now here's Monk. A steal. If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first.
Man, they're making everything and look confident. 5 shots, 5 makes.
And so Graham will bring it up for the Charlotte Hornets. They trail by 7. Last game matched up with the Clippers. A tough loss there.
Yeah, I mean, on the road, their defense was just overrun. Couldn't match the intensity of the opponent, and it cost them.
Well, let's hope there isn't any carryover from that letdown in this one.
At this point, I don't know what you can do to slow this team down.
Well, nothing that they're doing seems to be making an impact. And there are some nights where you just run out of options, whether it's by personnel or by tactic.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hornets.
And both of these sides were fighting tooth and nail for a playoff spot and split their season series at 1 apiece.
Zeller, who's checked in for Charlotte. Rozier comes in for Monk. While we have the time, let's take a look at last season's best transition team.
Do they love to run? I mean, nobody did it better they would get out in the lanes and push the ball even after makes.
To halt the run, and it's Rozier missing.
That's the only kind of defense that's going to cut the mustard here tonight. You got to stay on top of a guy like that who can play at such a high level offensively.
Here's Boss. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against Denver. Flores, the pass to Black Hole. 5 on the clock. On the wing. Second chance shot. He lays it in. 7 points for Big Daddy.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Pass to Rozier. Tipped away. All going up court. It's deflected. And it goes out of bounds. That one is off Zeller. Here's Boss. Buries the jump shot. Boss has got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Rozier kicks to Batum. Pass to Martin. It's a nice pass in here by Charlotte. Shot clock at 6. Puts up a 3. Here's Zeller. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Here's Black Hole. Trains the three-pointer.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, if you walked in at any point during this game to watch 5 minutes of play, one team played harder. We know who that was.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
You have to credit the aggressiveness offensively because that's when you make a play when you really need it.
55 seconds left here in the first quarter. Knocked loose. Fast break. Here we go. Here's Big Smooth. And some very quick points for him on that possession.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Well, if I was baking up a lead, I'd add 2 ingredients. One would be playing smart. The other one, playing selfless. They've done that tonight. Serve it up.
Now, here's Batum. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Rozier. Charlotte gets it back. Biombo finds Zeller. And the dunk by Zeller.
Really heads up there. A play where you locate the best open pass and then you get it there for an easy bucket.
Here's Black Hole. And he really played well against Denver. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Black Hole's got 5.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
And so it's the home team. Out in front by 17 points at the end of the quarter. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And guys, what's your take on the home team so far?
On the attack, right from the tip, they've been relentless offensively.
Well, just taking it right at the opposition and the other team right now. No answers and no way to slow them down.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the court for the Hornets. Inside, Cody Zeller and Bismack Biyombo. Rozier's out there with Batum, and it's Martin in at the 3. Now, here's Rozier. 17 points for him last game against the Clippers.
And guys, what impressed me most was his passing. He constantly looked for the open man and found guys in great spots.
Here's Rozier. No points in the game yet for him. Biyombo. No good on the three.
And even without that three ball dropping for him, the defense should have...
What effect. Wow. We are going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Greg. That was special. That was really special. And here is Rozier. Inside. Here's Smooth. And he uses the glass on the layup.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Charlotte calls timeout. When it comes to hustle, effort, who would you put on the floor to get those 50-50 balls that are just so important? And sometimes, with the winner-loss in the balance.
And I watch Kawhi Leonard, and even though he's a superstar player, there's still some efficiency in his action to go and get that ball.
He just never stops.
He never stops. And so, yeah, he might not get dirty, but he doesn't have to because he outsmarts everybody else to get to it. And we have scrappy guys like Marcus Smart and Patrick Beverly who we've talked about as being nuisances on the court. But, those guys are invaluable to any coaching staff. And when they have those kind of plays, it just gets everybody going and brings a level of energy back to the game.
It does energize it. You're exactly right.
At this point, I don't know what you can do to slow this team down.
Well, nothing that they're doing seems to be making an impact. And there are some nights where you just run out of options, whether it's by personnel or by tactic.
Gone a sensational 5 of 5 from the field since the start of the second quarter.
And in terms of size, not your typical center, but man, he plays as big as any of them thanks to that terrific leaping ability.
Graham, the pass to Bagley. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
Bagley so skilled as a big and using that quickness.
Here's the quick. An 11-point game for him in the win against Denver.
And he also looked to attack at the defensive end of the floor. 3 steals in that game.
Pass to Graham. The tray. Can't hit that one. Gotten off 4 shots from 3-point range tonight and buried every one of them. It's good. Jay's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Graham surveying the floor. Now Bridges. He's coming off a 28-point game against the Clippers in Los Angeles. Here's Monk. His 4th shot, his 4th miss. Still looking for his touch tonight.
And was last season really the first full season we got to see of Malik Monk? It was given a sizable part of the rotation and showed why he was a lottery pick for this team.
It took a little bit of time, but now he's taking the pen off the cap and putting his mark on this game.
Graham with the ball. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. And there's the pass to Bridges. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. During most of his rookie season, Monk was relegated to the bench.
Not sure if it was development or opportunity. Hard to say for Monk. Fact is, you can see the knack for scoring he has, even if he's a bit of a volume scorer at this point.
Here's the Cobra. Drills the 3-pointer. The Cobra's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Coaching staff probably most proud of the effort of this team on both ends of the floor here tonight.
Here's the quick, and he dumps it right on Malik Monk. Oh, man!
They have a good plan going right now, and they're starting to create separation.
Well, game plan might have been good, but you have to bring it together. Right now, their chemistry is something to be admired.
And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
All you have to do is point to their turnovers this quarter. There's a reason the scoreboard looks like it does.
Here's Black Hole. He has 5. Good on the 3-point shot. Black Hole's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively
from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Now, here's Bridges. That's tipped. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Here's Tubb. Finishes the break with a slam.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
And the gamble paying off.
Here's Batum. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Down low. And there's Zeller. That's good on the assist from Batum.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Here's Black Hole. 8 points for him. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's the home team with a huge lead at the break. Safe to say there's no catching him today.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the 2K. Taking a look at this home squad. Kenny, what do you think?
Well, how about that ball movement? That was a true definition of team basketball. All 5 guys moving.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Boss has been sensational.
What a menace he was on defense through the first 2 quarters, just disrupting everything.
Yeah, and that's exactly what he wanted to do out there. Everyone he guarded looked uncomfortable.
Big Daddy is out there with P. Then there's Boss. Then there's the Quick. And it's buckets in at the 3 spot. And that's the group for Luke Walton as we begin the second half. Kept alive. P passes to Flores. Over Monk. Here's Boss. Puts up a 3. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. The Hornets shooting 38% from the field. A pretty weak showing for them. Pass to Bridges. Outside, Bagley. He kicks to Monk. 5 to shoot. But they get it back. No good from outside.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts. But otherwise, the mindset is, I just got to get the next one to go. And you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
Both shots good from the stripe. You know, Brett, we know guys love really jawing at each other. What was your criteria for issuing a double technical for trash talk?
Yeah, in today's game, it's kind of like it could be a whisper
Right.
or a wink, you know, the way that they look at it.
It's both sides, doesn't it?
And they just try to curtail anything that could escalate, Kevin. That's really what the referees are doing. As soon as they see some kind of body movement or see guys starting that way, they want to cut it off before anything else happens. So the criteria is a little bit confusing. And sometimes I like to see them getting after a little bit.
Just 4 to shoot. Shoots.
Yeah, this has been a night where you can look at his shooting and his performance, and it's affected the team. That's the bottom line.
Pass to Boss. Over a minute and a half into the 3rd quarter of action. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Big Smooth, he's checked in for Big Daddy. And a switcher also for Charlotte. Martin's checked in. And so Graham will bring it up for the Hornets. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Here's Bagley. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Bagley's got 6.
Yes, finally one drops after the 0 of 3 start.
Passes it to Boss. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Here's Graham. Lays it up and banks it in.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
Gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. The pass to Big Smooth. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. And the three ball is good. Big Smooth got his second basket of the game.
And really the story of this second half, one team getting the shots they want, the other not so much.
This team did something in halftime, going from a mild-mannered half-court executing team to some heroic shooting in the second half. And not a way to get out of a funk. He needs to be looking for good, solid, more efficient shots, not the wild one he took there.
Yeah, letting it rip. They're just having fun right now.
Yeah, some of these nights you got to enjoy yourself. Not too much at the expense of the other team, but right now this team is balling.
Poked loose. And that's out of bounds. Charlotte will retain possession. And a look now at the Hornets' upcoming schedule. On Saturday, they'll be taking on Klay Thompson and the Golden State Warriors. Then on Tuesday, they'll be taking on Victor Oladipo and the Indiana Pacers. And the Hornets making a change here. Rozier's checked in. And here is Graham. It's rebounded by Boss. Boss has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Here's the quick. Rips down the breakaway slam.
And everything is dropping for them. Terrific second half run.
Well, with the confidence growing, that's one thing, but they seem to be getting more intense, and that's helping the quality of their play here.
Bagley, no good. Gone 6 of 8 on field goal attempts in the third. A 75% clip.
At this point, I don't know what you can do to slow this team down.
Well, nothing that they're doing seems to be making an impact. And there are some nights where you just run out of options, whether it's by personnel or by tactic.
Now, here's Rozier. D right on him. Up top, Bagley. That's good, and it's Rozier with the assist. 8 points for Marvin Bagley.
Like to see him take it there. Marvin Bagley, confident play.
And one of those little spark plug guys, Terry Rozier. Plays the game with, Greg, I think a chip on his shoulder.
I mean, the story goes, as a kid, when his temper flared, his mother would have to sit on him until he cooled down. He's learned to channel that fire and emotion into his game.
Black holes checked in for Boss. Charlotte has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Outside, Martin. We've got 1:28 left in the third quarter. Now, here's Biyombo. Defense right on him. Batum with the 3. It doesn't go for him. Gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. Smooth, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
And he gives that rim a good tug on the way down.
Oh, that's how you drive your point home right there. Now, here's Batum, guarded closely. Here's Black Hole. Oh,
Goodness.
And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
40 seconds left to play in the third. Now, here's Rozier. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. No good that time.
And that was almost a block. Still did enough to alter the shot.
Yeah, altering the shot, just as long as there's a miss, that kind of energy not wasted.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
Ball's knocked loose. Here's Zeller. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's the home team holding an unbelievable lead as the quarter wraps up. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. We've got more in store for you right after this. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. And Charlotte looking at who they've got. Batum is out there with Martin. And there's Bismack Biyombo. And it's McDaniels in at the 4. Here's Black Hole, defended by Batum. To the left side wing. Here's McDaniels, out left to the wing. Outside, Batum, 4 on the shot clock. 3-pointer. It's not going to go for him. Batum's gone 1 of 3 shooting so far. Pass to Bacon. About a minute played here in the 4th quarter. Outside Martin. Pass to Batum. Goes up on the wing. Again, Batum missing.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Here's Black Hole. Biyombo with the block. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. Martin goes in, and that's out of bounds. Charlotte will retain possession. Here's Batum. The offensive rebound, and that'll be Charlotte as it goes out of bounds. Hornets retain possession. Biyombo in the post. Batum, good.
And if you keep working around on offense to find the mismatch, you can find easy points.
We're about 2 minutes into the 4th quarter in this one. Passes to Dub. You know, Brent, something other major sports do, reseeding during the playoffs. So the highest seeds always will play the lowest seeds. And do you think the NBA should go down that road?
I think the consideration will still be there. I think that conversation is going to happen over the course of the next 2 or 3 years. I don't see it changing in that time, Kevin, but it's healthy to continue the dialogue to the point where maybe we do get there.
Charlotte making a switch here. Graham's checked in. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the 4th. The pass to Bacon. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Bacon's got his first 2 points.
They are just killing him on the interior. You know what? You've got to always be in control of your emotions.
Buckets. He's checked in for the Cobra. From deep 3-point range, the long distance 3 is buried. We're in the final quarter of play here. 3 minutes in. Pass to Bacon. Graham with the ball. Got a piece of it. And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
A lot of missing stats from the 60s and 70s, but if we could go back and look at those actual numbers, any players you think would really be catching our eye in terms of, wow, I didn't know that guy was that good, or he's better than I thought he was?
Well, don't we always look at the incredible mind-boggling numbers of Wilt Chamberlain
yes,
and think, what was that guy doing?
Yeah.
And we don't even have half of it.
No.
Question comes up is how many great players through the 70s and also really through the 80s, because the three-point line wasn't accentuated enough, missed the opportunity to be even greater scorers. I mean, Jerry West with a three-point line. And
you imagine that?
You got to be kidding me. So there's a lot of gap of those players too, that also because of changes in rules and because the three-point line wasn't in, that we would be talking about in terms of nostalgia and their accomplishments with a much different voice.
Even someone as recent as Jordan, with the rules the way they are now.
Absolutely.
Be unbelievable.
With the openness of the floor and
Yes.
what Michael could do, as if he wanted to prove he could do more.
Exactly.
Well, some ups and downs for Marvin Bagley in that rookie campaign with the Kings, but you could see the flashes of potential and the tremendous work ethic when he was out on that floor.
Pass to Jay. From deep, an absolute bomb from three-point range. 1:43 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Top of the key, Bagley. Back to Martin. Now the feed to McDaniels, and he jams it with authority.
And a hard finish there, guys.
Yeah, and only one hand needed for that one. And with Bagley, the mobility he showed for his size is really what impresses you.
And that blend of size and speed is why many feel like he could play across the entire front line. Wasn't in the Rookie of the Year race, but in a few years, he could be right there with the best of the best from that 2018 class.
Covered by Martin. 1:03 left in the fourth. Connects from three-point range. And that's now 11 points for Jay.
So many of the plays they're running designed to create opportunities from deep.
And I don't know how they keep doing this, but every time down, the resulting possession ends up at the three-point line and a fairly efficient shot attempt at that.
It's blocked, and he recovers it. A nice shot by McDaniels. 40 seconds left in the fourth quarter. From deep three-point range, the Hornets pull it in. Here's Martin, and he lays it straight in.
Well, at this point, they're just trying to get back in sync. You want to play a good brand of basketball.
Consistency definitely is a key to some of the playoff performing teams, and tonight they just did not find it in this contest.
To the left wing. Lets it go with a three. Not going to go that time. And so the home crowd treated to a win. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long, everyone.